After Adam and Eve's exile from Eden, life on earth was challenging. They began to cultivate the ground, laboring for their food, as God had foretold. Amid their struggles, they experienced a glimmer of joy when their first child, Cain, was born. Eve exclaimed, "With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man." Soon after, another son, Abel, was born. These brothers grew up side by side, but their lives took different paths. Cain became a farmer, working the soil, while Abel became a shepherd, tending flocks. In time, both brothers brought offerings to the Lord. Cain presented some of the fruits of the soil he had grown, while Abel brought the best portions from the firstborn of his flock. It was a moment of worship, but also a test of their hearts. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, for it was given with faith and reverence. Cain's offering, however, did not receive the same regard. His heart was not in the right place, and his offering reflected this. The rejection stung Cain deeply. Anger welled up within him, and his face darkened with resentment. Seeing Cain's turmoil, the Lord spoke to him. "Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." God's words were a warning and an invitation. Cain had a choice: to master his emotions and do what was right, or to let sin take control. Sadly, Cain allowed his anger to fester. Jealousy consumed him, and he began to see Abel not as a brother, but as a rival. One day, Cain said to Abel, "Let's go out to the field." Perhaps Abel thought nothing of it, but Cain had dark intentions. When they were alone, Cain attacked his brother and killed him. It was the first murder in human history, a tragic act born of jealousy and unchecked sin. The Lord confronted Cain, asking, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain's response was defiant and evasive. "I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But God knew the truth. "What have you done?" He said. "Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." The ground that had drunk Abel's blood would no longer yield its strength to Cain. As punishment, Cain was condemned to be a restless wanderer on the earth. Cain's guilt and fear overwhelmed him. "My punishment is more than I can bear," he said. "Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me." Yet even in judgment, God showed mercy. He placed a mark on Cain to protect him, declaring that anyone who killed Cain would suffer vengeance 7 times over. Cain left the presence of the Lord and settled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. There, he built a city and started a family. But the shadow of his actions followed him, a reminder of the devastating effects of sin. What can we learn from Cain and Abel's story today? At its core, this is a story about choices. Cain's jealousy and anger weren't his downfall, his refusal to confront them was. God's warning to Cain is one we all need to hear. Sin is always crouching at the door, waiting for an opportunity. But we have the power to master it through faith and reliance on God. This story also reminds us of the importance of our offerings to God. Abel gave the best of what he had, demonstrating a heart of worship and gratitude. Cain's offering, in contrast, was half-hearted, reflecting his inner struggle. God doesn't just look at what we give, he looks at the heart behind it. Finally, this story speaks to the consequences of unchecked sin, but also to God's mercy. Even after Cain's grievous act, God did not abandon him completely. He protected Cain, showing that his grace extends even to those who have fallen deeply. The tale of Cain and Abel challenges us to examine our own hearts. How do we respond to life's disappointments? Do we harbor jealousy and resentment, or do we seek God's help to overcome them? And how do we approach God, with our best or with what is convenient? This ancient story may be thousands of years old, but its lessons are as relevant today as ever. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment on your thoughts about this story. God bless.